it's Corey, and today you're gonna learn how to play Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. Before you get started with playing, always make sure your ukulele is in tune. That's gonna be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. The first chord we're going to be looking at today is going to be the A minor chord. That is going to be with your 2nd finger placed on the 4th string, 2nd fret. We also have the C major chord, and that's going to be your 3rd finger placed on the 3rd fret, 1st string. We're also using a D major chord. That's going to take place all on the 2nd fret here, starting with your 1st finger placed on the 4th string, your 2nd finger going on the 3rd string, and then your 3rd finger going on the 2nd string. We're also using an E minor chord, so that's going to be first with your 1st finger, place that on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Your 2nd finger is going to go on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then your 3rd finger is going on the 3rd string, 4th fret. And then finally we have a G major chord, and then to start, that's going to be on the 2nd fret, taking your 1st finger, placing it on the 3rd string. Your 2nd finger is going to go on the 1st string, and then your 3rd finger is going to go on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. Now with these chords, the song uses a couple different progressions throughout the song. In the verse section, you're mainly following a C major to E minor to D major progression, and you're going to be playing that D major for 2 strumming patterns. And then you're going to repeat that throughout the first verse and throughout the second verse as well. For the chorus section, we're going to be playing a progression of G to D to A minor and then to C. Additionally, the bridge is going to share the same chord progression as the chorus as well. Now, as a note with this song, in order to make it a little bit easier, I did change the key so that it is a half step down from the original. Now, if you're wanting to play along with the original song, you can just use a capo and then you can put it on the 1st fret and then just move everything down and you're all good to go if you'd like to play along with the recording. So once you're really solid with the different chords for this song, it's time to look at the strumming pattern we're going to be using. For the most part, we're using a variation of the island strum, but just with added chucks. So for the beginning of the song with the intro and the verses section, we're going to be taking that adaptation of the island strum and playing, demonstrating on a C chord. It's going to be a down, down, up, chuck. I'm going to play that one more time a little slowly. Down, down, up, chuck. So it's basically the same as the island strum, only rather than going down, up at the end, you're doing just a chuck. Now, when we get to the chorus and the bridge section, we're going to be changing that to just the standard island strum, but just replacing the down strums after the first down strum with a chuck. So typically you have the island strum of a down, down, up, down, up. Instead, we're going to play a down, chuck, up, chuck. So in the progression of the chorus, we'd have, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Whereas in the progression of the verse, we have, he said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowd. So just adding that little bit of a chuck at the end, it really makes it a little bit more interesting. If that ends up being too difficult, you could just, of course, use the regular island strum, which would sound like this with just the beginning line of the verse. He said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds. Or you could even simplify it further by just playing on the beat or on the chord change. This is what it'd be like at its easiest version with just on the chord change. He said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds. This would be what it would be like on the beat. He said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds. But really, you can make it whatever you want based on the difficulty that you would like. Now, once you're really solid on those variations of the island strum, which will be taking place throughout the song, like I said, you're doing the down, down, up, chuck on the verses about halfway through, and then you're going to be switching to the down, chuck, up, chuck, up. That will take you into the chorus section when you get to the pre-chorus of he's so tall and handsome as hell. But you're also going to have a couple places where you're just going to have just a strum on the chord change. That's going to take place at the end of the chorus section on your wildest dreams. and then that brings you into the verse, as well as taking plays at the end of the verses too, and those will be on a D chord. So my last request would sound like this. My last request is, and then you go into the chorus. Those little moments where you're just changing it to a chord change is going to add a lot of the needed space to break up some of these more monotonous strumming patterns. But it doesn't really make it that much more difficult of a song. So that's what's really nice about having them. It makes the accompaniment a lot more interesting without really increasing the difficulty level. And of a note too, when we get to the third chorus in the song, so after we've finished the bridge, we go back into a chorus section. That first time we're back into the chorus after the bridge, we're just gonna be playing the chorus section on the chord changes. Once we get to Say You'll See Me Again, even if it's just in your, we'll go back in and repeat that chorus section, but going back to the down, chuck up section. So that little break would sound like this. Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, looking at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your. Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, baby. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. Wildest dreams. And then at the very end of the song, we're just going to come back to that playing on the chord change to end it out with the last, in your wildest dreams. And that will be the end of the song. If any of those sections confuse you at all, check out the play along. It will put everything together and allow you something that you can also practice along with. Additionally, if you are interested in getting the song sheet for this song or any of my other tutorials or play alongs, I have all that on my Patreon, so that can be a really good resource to also use, just because you can practice at your own time, add notes as needed, and so on. But let's give it a play along starting right now. 1, 2, here we go.
Nothing lasts forever. This is gonna take me down. He's so tall and handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. I can see the end as it begins. My one condition is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. Wildest dreams. I say no one has to know what we do. His hands are in my hair, his clothes are in my room, and his voice is a familiar sound. Nothing lasts forever. This is getting good now. He's so tall and handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. When we've had our very last kiss, my last request it is, say you'll remember
you'll see me again, even if it's just in your.
Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, baby, red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. Oh, oh, wildest dreams. Oh, oh, in your wildest dreams. Oh, oh.
I hope you guys liked that tutorial for Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. If there are other Taylor Swift songs that you would love to see made into tutorial, make sure to like this video and then let me know what those songs are down below. I do have quite a few Taylor Swift songs already made into tutorials or play-alongs, so I will try to link all the ones I can in the cards. But otherwise, just check out my tutorial library. I have them all in there, or also I have an organizer on my Patreon that you can check out and find things a lot easier there too. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye!